can stream F1 2021 to you in really low quality. That's okay by you. So like such low quality I can get it. Just so you have an idea of what I'm looking at.
And that it'll work, yeah.
Yeah. And then here we go. Ready to start streaming, bruv. Let's go. Easy win. And I'm live already. So hello chat. To quickly give you a short kind of explanation of what all this is. We're doing a sprint race this weekend. Reverse championship grid, yeah? And 13 laps at Saudi Arabia. This is going to set up the qualifying for China, I believe, which is a very difficult track as well. So we've got a wonderful street circuit track. Thomas Fink's actually going to be starting last, which is going to be really, really unusual. And he's probably still going to find the way to win as well. Why won't this game load fast? This is really awkward now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's loading, guys. I hope Arian doesn't set...
Jesse just connected.
Yo, oh no.
Yeah, Jesse
no.
disconnected.
Nighttime at Jeddah, bruv. 13 laps of racing. It's going to be pretty fantastic.
Jeddah, honestly, it's visually stunning in this game. I love it.
Yeah, one of the most beautiful circuits.
Oh,
Right now, I will
put on a
think.
different overlay. Wait. Oh, it's not working. I fucked it up. It's not broadcasting anything. I'm so tired, bruv. Guys, I shouldn't be allowed to do this. It just shouldn't be allowed right now. It's so scuffed. I've got an idea. I'm gonna go. I'll get it working before the race starts, I promise. I'm just really, really tired.
Here goes the formation line.
Okay, thank you. Awesome.
What was how were reserves decided?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It might just be random, or they took the points. There's already disqualifications. Mute, Newman, Fruki, and Bam already disqualified.
Wait, it's like sad. Are they all lagging for you? Are they all like teleporting about for you on the screen?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, I might have to stop the screen share. Gee, it's killing my PC.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Maybe can you then screen share? Because I cannot.
Yeah.
If not, I cannot like really watch it because I cannot be on the game.
Stop lagging around now. It was a screen share. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 19 drivers, so you might be able to join Focuser, unless you're like not at your PC or something.
No, I mean, if I could join, if there's only 19 and there's only going to be 19 for the race, I can join.
Here we go. Look at Sad go on formation lap. Obviously rapid in first place. The first time he's ever done that. Floor in Haas. wait. What's up with Floor in the Haas? Yo, hey yo. Should I be expecting something, fam?
Does Sadafala not know that it's the formation lap? Because look at the track map.
Wait, I don't have the track map on.
Sharky's just entering sector 3 and Sadafala is already on the front straight.
Sad's first place. He's not letting anybody pass.
I mean, doesn't really matter. The tires don't cold. They don't like cool on from when you get to the to your spot. So it shouldn't really matter for him, I guess.
Yeah. Well, here we are on board of Thomas Vink, who's starting in last place. On the medium compound tires, so literally going against the grain of everybody here today. And I'm convincing a win. He's a good mate from another league and most of the time my concurrent teammate. Okay. Well, we'll see how he does today. Floor, you say? Okay. Have I got my webcam on as well? That's a good thing to check. Okay, there we go. I turned it off. Is stream looking okay? I know I've got the wrong overlay on. Arian's going to be super mad, but I'm sure he'll understand.
Just watch out, they're going to start
Yo, what's
the
going
race.
on, Max? I'm so tired. I don't like it. Okay, here we go. Lights are about to go out. Very exciting. Drum roll, please. Alright, that's 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, or 5 light. They're about to release their clutches, and their wheels are spinning very quickly. And away we go. Everybody's going very quickly. This camera was atrocious, so I have no idea what's going on. But Sadafala leads and Kyan going right down the inside. And Sadafala gets spun off the start. Sharky going off the track. And Sad's lead didn't last very long there, as he now is in nearly last place. Thomas Fink kind of staying out of the trouble there, keeping it quite far back and going through all the people who spun. And Ghosted. What a good start. Oh my god, Thomas is in the wall. Broken wing. Absolute shambles for him. Arian up into P13 already off that start. What a good job from him, starting from down in P17 already. So that's 4 positions up in the first corner. Count Muttley in P11. His teammate Kyan doing a fantastic job there, really setting it down the inside. The size of the bollocks in this guy, holy. Cortez up into P3. Already very low in the championship, so a good start from him. Fruki doing God's work as well, up into P2 in the hats. And Jason's got himself a very good lead here, making the most of Sadar Fala's spin off the start there, as he now drops into P19.
It was unlucky from Sadar Fala getting hit by Sharky, I think it was, going into turn 1. But the big Jason now pulling away as 1.5 seconds. Good lead. Unlucky for Thomas Vink as well, as Sadar Fala spun a second time. He's going to need a front wing change, and that's gonna suck for Thomas, as there's a yellow in sector 3. That Cortez is spun. He's lost his front wing. So we head into lap 2. Quite a few incidents at the start.
Damn.
Yeah,
That was quite really exciting.
No
Everyone's
safety car.
in the pits.
Yep.
Jesse coming on for the medium combat tyres, penalties to the end. Count Miley also going in the mediums. Thomas Fink coming into pit for a new wing, and presumably coming on for softs, right? Yeah, coming in for the soft compound tyres. But can he take those to the end? Yeah, he can. But he's going to struggle for wear at the very, very end. Floor in the Haas also coming into pit. These old guys are all going to be going to the end in these tyres. Newman already the penalty very early on. Quite a quick driver. Not sure how everybody's going to do it, Jeddah, since the announcement for the sprint race was done a few hours before the race started. So no one's really had practice of this track. So people who we usually see up there at the front might completely bottle it pace-wise. So, and here we see Sharky getting right up kind of for his gearbox. There's a straight coming up here, so let's see how he can do. Yellow flags in sector 2, but here we go, Sharky. Can he make the run up here in Canafit? I presume we'll dump as much ERS as possible to try and make the overtake before this turn, as DRS isn't enabled until the next lap. So, and here he goes, he likes to move down the inside, and he is passed. Can he keep himself up there though, as he takes the inside line and Canafit backs off? He wants to live, as he is known for spinning lots. Freaky also trying to make the move on Kyan here. Kyan lets that move happen. Sharky coming into the pits, no idea why. He's appointed this over his time to come into the pits. I think he's got a broken wing, I'm not too sure.
A bit of a mess so far, as DRS is now enabled. The big Jason 2.1 seconds ahead of Fruki. Fruki and Kyan really going at it at the minute. Thomas still finds himself down in 16th. Sadal Fala with his start on pole position here for the sprint finds himself down in last, as Kyan looks to go around the outside of Fruki. He's gonna hang it around the outside, banked corner. I love this turn so much. Count Muttley's retired in the other Mercedes, as that is a virtual safety car. As Count Muttley looks like he's just binned it off of the exit of turn 2.
Damn, he's absolutely destroyed himself there, man. I wonder what happened.
Maybe some contact with other drivers, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's quite unfortunate for Thomas Vinke. He's got quite a gap ahead of him, really. And I bet he's begging this was a real safety car, because man's nowhere near any kind of points. And this is where, if the start and finishing position in this race is, well, they'll start in China. So these struggles at China, he's got quite a way to climb. It's going to be very good for Big Jason and Kyan. Kyan having some really good qualifying performances and race performances over the last couple of times. Getting his first podium in Spa. So this is really good for him. And it's going to give him a good chance of looking to getting the points in China. Very unfortunate for Count Muttley, though, who has been looking really strong over the last couple of weeks. Just really unlucky in Jeddah here. And sim race didn't really play into his favour, unfortunately. Anyway, Counterfeit used this opportunity to pit. Going on to a fresh set of mediums for some reason. Changing out his wing. Lots of people really struggling to keep it out the walls. Anyway, the safety car has come in. And green flags. DRS is also enabled as well. So we're going to see the grid kind of bunch up. Maybe some more overtakes. Newman looking to hunt down Fruki in the Haas. Newman is not playing around this week. After seemingly having his computer die every single time he's in a good position, Mans is determined to improve himself as the better man and win. That's yellow flags, as is that a Williams driver spinning there. And on the topics of blue drivers, Arian up into P8 already, all the way down from P17. Fantastic drive from him so far, only in 4 laps.
But I've just checked, he has damage.
Arian? Really? How do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got damage on the front right of his wing. Oh my goodness, dearie me. This is not good for Arian. This is going to drop him all the way down. Possibly around to just behind Thomas Fink, I believe. So, maybe he might actually stay in the top 10. Or be close at least. So, yeah, this is not very good for Arian. But he does seem to be like keeping most of his grip. He doesn't look too slow. I mean, Bam doesn't look like he's got damage. And he's really struggling to catch up here. His first
As the leaders are battling, Kyan and the big Jason.
Yeah, very, very close here. Nearly about to be 3 wide. Kyan goes defensive on Fruki, and they're going 3 wide. And that Kyan loses 2 positions there. Fruki down the inside, up into P1. Kyan makes move around the outside of the Big Jason, taking fantastic opportunity there. As Fruki gets in the way of the Big Jason's exit. And Newman also takes opportunity to get past his teammate and push himself all the way up into P3. Really good racing from these 4.
The Big Jason is dropped down. He was leading earlier in this race, but Fruki now finds himself in the lead as Kyan looks to go around the outside as Newman throws it down the inside. Thomas Fink gets the fastest lap in the meantime. What a move by Newman to take the lead as Fruki is now right on his tail.
What an unusual place to make an overtake. I mean, this track's really hard to overtake in the more complicated sections. Normally you're looking to make overtake on the straight, but like Newman is not playing around, fam. Pushed himself all the way up into P1. What a guy. Already making himself, giving himself quite a large gap, although he is really pushing track limits as much as he can. As Fruki and Kyan here are battling. Kyan really right on Fruki's tail here, using presumably some of the ERS in the straight to give himself a better run on Fruki. But can't make it the move on this straight, but probably will on the start-finish straight here. As Fruki gets a much better exit as Kyan has to lift off a little bit mid-apex. Fruki now getting a bit further close up to Newman. Kyan unable to make the move here as they both have DRS. Newman desperately trying to break himself away from the clench of Fruki's DRS. This is probably what Kyan wants as well. It's going to be really difficult for him to get past here as his pace is decent, but it's very closely matched by the Haas driver's pace as well.
It looks like Fruki might be running a lower downforce setup. He's absolutely drained his ERS as the Big Jason gets a 3-second time penalty. Not what the AlphaTauri driver needed. But Fruki's drained his ERS. He's down to 5%. And he's still keeping pace on the straights with Kyan, who has ERS available. He's at pretty much 100% Kyan, so he's probably going to be looking to dump that in the next couple laps, but Newman's really pushing hard. He's pulled 1.2 seconds as he has made a little bit of contact with the wall there. Newman really needs to pull out a gap, though, with his 5-second penalty if he wants to confirm pole position for the race at China, though.
Yeah, well, Kyan getting right up in Fruki's gearbox, taking his time here, saving up his ERS, which is quite surprising, since we only have 13 laps of racing over the whole entire sprint. So dumping your ERS isn't a bad idea. Just make sure you've got a reasonable amount for the race. Anyway, here, Fruki seems to let Kyan pass, doesn't want any contact, lifts and looks for the DRS in the next corner supposedly, doing some antics, copying Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen when they were in Jeddah. As Fruki does get the DRS in the straight here. Can Kyan keep it behind though, as he has got quite a decent exit. If he goes defensive, he might be able to hold on to second place, as Fruki can't make it past. So not fighting that position ended up being quite a bad idea for Fruki here. That's a yellow flag up ahead. No idea who that's for.
That's Flo. It's Flo.
Not sure what happened to Flo. Let's see. Has he got any damage? He's just chilling, bro. He's living his best life.
Yeah, and one thing we didn't saw was Thomas Vink actually is ahead right now of Arion Boy after the pit stop he had to do. So the damage to the front wing cost Ari quite some places.
Yeah. Faded, hello. You can take
Hi.
over.
Okay.
I'm dead.
I'm tired. Yeah, same. Thomas and Max, Cardle going at it. As Mute's looking to get in on the action now as well. Thomas really draining his ERS. He's down at 16% at the minute as he's looking to break into the top 10 possibly as Mute gets a 3-second time penalty. Max goes defensive. Thomas looking for some sort of move, but nothing has come to fruition there. As Jason and Fruki are going at a little battle. Fruki looked like he may brake check Jason just before the braking zone there. Jason's going to have DRS as they both dive into the pit lane now to switch from their softs to mediums. It's going to cost them possibly quite a few places. Pit stop runners behind will go up. Counterfeit will be going up quite a few positions. Will be going up a few positions as well from this, possibly. But Newman pulling out 1.7 seconds. Luca, dude, up into 30s. Done very well, gaining 15 positions. Newman gaining 13 positions as well. So good drives from them so far. Both still yet to pit, though. The top 4 still yet to pit.
Eddieworth coming out just ahead of Sharky here. Sharky really trying to get past there, but couldn't make the move stick, unfortunately. But Eddieworth on the much fresher tyres, but still needs to heat these up and get them in the right spot as Newman leaves. As I previously said, man's got a pretty crap computer. Well, no, his game has a habit of crashing. So this has seemed to happen again. More technical issues, and Cayenne is going to be absolutely beaming about this. Because this could mean quite a good opportunity for Cayenne as he touches the wall. Let's hope he hasn't got any wing damage from that. That is going to completely put off his exit. If Newman can join in the next couple of seconds here, he might be able to just keep himself ahead of Cayenne here. But if he really wants to mount a championship fight anytime soon, Newman really saw his computer as he joins just as Cayenne gets past. Although he does have plenty of breathing room as the nearest driver behind is 8.8 seconds away. As Luca dude goes into the back of Vixel, who is just absolutely bugging at the moment. No fucking idea what's going on. So, yeah, as Newman and Cayenne come into pit, Cayenne did get wing damage from that, so he's now swapping to medium compound tyres and changing his front wing. Newman going on to the soft compound tyres, so he's going to have really, really quick final 4 laps here. Let's see where he comes out. Oh no, he can't on the mediums. This game makes no sense. Okay, average. Oh, he's penalty. There you go.
Pit stops now puts Fruki in the Haas in the lead with the big Jason right behind. Luca dude gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings right after coming out of the pit lane, I think. As Max Cardle also gets 3 seconds. Bam, the only one currently leading right now, the only one to not make a pit stop yet. 8 laps on his softs. Thomas up to 11th. He's looking to break into the top 10. Luca up 11 positions.
Looking to hit the move down the inside of Newman. Newman going defensive. These two touching wheels as Newman came out of the pits. Counterfeit pretty desperate to get himself up there as he's not very good at he's not got the best habit for looking behind him, might we say. Here he's right up Newman's gearbox. Newman has been very quick the whole sprint so far. So let's see if Counterfeit can get past. They're currently fighting for P5 here. So yeah, let's see what they can do. There's Bam in P1. Has he pitted yet? No, Bam's still yet to pit. Fruki net P1. There's a big Jason's right at his tail here with the DRS. Looking around the inside, but Fruki goes defensive, but it's not enough as he lets Big Jason pass to suppose the DRS, but Vixel is upside down. This game just makes absolutely no sense. Vixel flying all over the place. Peak game, Cody's. Anyway, Fruki looking to make a move on the Big Jason there, but really can't make it stick. As Bam finally comes down to pits and drops down the order, pushing all the other drivers up. Newman in P4. Counterfeit in P5 and Luca in P6. There's Big Jason chilling here. Not really got that stress and the pressure of Fruki behind. Still yet to make a mistake, which is realistically going to be Fruki's only opportunity to get past here today. So with 3 laps remaining, it's really looking like it's going to be in the Big Jason's favour. Is other than Fruki, there's no one else nearby really. As Newman still has to get past Kyan and then close that 1 second gap up as well. So
Fruki doesn't even need to get ahead. The Big Jason has 3 second time penalty, which is going to play to Fruki's hands. As currently as things stand, the Big Jason would be demoted down to P3, as Kyan is around 1.7 seconds behind. Newman not in that window to get into P3 himself yet, as Counterfeit still behind.
Newman still going forward. Pretty cool, right? Kyan also still going forward. Fruki about to turn left. What a guy. Got the DRS here on Big Jason. If he can get a good enough exit, he might be able to make a run here. I mean, realistically, as you say, he doesn't really need to get past this. Big Jason unfortunately picked up a penalty. But I guess to Fruki's dignity, maybe he wants to get past. I don't know. We'll see. At the moment, he is kind of keeping himself just right at Big Jason's gearbox, making sure he doesn't get away. But if he gets the chance, we'll see if he makes an overtake or not. But it could be very, very risky. As Thomas Vink is currently battling with Sharky here, fighting for 9th position here. Thomas Vink closes the door, getting his elbows out, and keeps Sharky behind. As Thomas Vink is on the fresher compound tyres. Sharky really desperate to get past our current championship leader here. Unfortunately for him, Thomas Vink is just built different and manages to keep himself up into P9.
Not what Fruki needed in this fight for the winners. There's a yellow in Sector 1. Whether that's a Haas or a Williams, I'm not too sure. Fruki picking up a 3 second time penalty, so now it's all to play for in this battle for the lead with around 2.5 laps left to go between Fruki and the Big Jason. Kyan behind as well, looking to get into net P1 with the penalties that are ahead of him.
Newman just outside of that window of Jason here, currently net P2, Kyan P1, and Fruki Jason P3. So let's see how this race goes. Only really 2 laps, so these two are going to be completely unable to get a gap here as my Discord crashes, so they have no idea where I am. But Kyan just kind of chilling behind, doesn't really have to do that much here, has to relax. Not got a teammate to keep pressure from. His Mercedes teammate Count Muttley, very unfortunate early on, DNF, which is going to lead him starting P19 for today's race.
Down the front straight between Thomas,
Jesse,
and Eddyworth. That's 2 positions gained by Thomas. As Jesse goes down the inside, that was a daring lunge, but Thomas keeps P7 at the minute.
Yeah, well, this is some pretty good battling for a sprint race, to be fair, as Thomas Vink very obviously makes a mistake here, nearly put himself in the wall. This puts Jesse right in his gearbox, as these guys go side by side in the most bizarre section to go side by side, as Jesse is still right on Thomas's gearbox, but Thomas is still on the fresher compound tyres. Jesse gives himself a penalty trying to get past, looks to make a move down the inside, makes the move stick with a really, really late lunge. Keeps himself past, closing the door on Thomas Vink. This gives Eddyworth a good chance to possibly get past as well. Let's see how this plays into the McLaren driver's hands, as Jesse might be able to slow Thomas behind. But Sharky is right up at Eddyworth's gearbox, looking to make a move down the inside there. I don't feel like Eddie will want to make that happen, as he manages to keep himself ahead and still right up Thomas's gearbox. As he go down onto the penultimate straight, Newman making a small mistake there, as Jesse somehow gets past. I didn't realise that. Newman making a mistake, backing these guys up. Jesse and Thomas Vink right up close. Newman literally just getting in the way, being an absolute menace to society here. Really losing Thomas Vink a lot of time and losing his gain on Jesse there, as he looks to try and get past Newman. And they are 3 wide going into turn 1. It's pretty exciting. Newman stays in the lead. Jesse unfortunately loses 2 positions there, but still keeps himself right up close to Thomas Vink. But Newman just breaks in the middle of the corner. Who needs it anyway? As Newman is making more contact and loses part of his front wing and is literally being a menace to society right now. Getting in every Tom, Dick and Harry's way today. As most of the grid is penalty except from Thomas Vink. So Thomas Vink may go up a few positions here. It's guaranteed, if he stays where he is right now, P5. So let's see how it goes. Kyan also looking very strong, no penalties at all, and are right up the front runner's gearbox here. So all he has to do here is stay up here for just his final lap, and he is going to get gifted P1 for his first ever pole position in DRL.
Yeah, Fruki and the Big Jason with good drives, but penalties are going to be the bane of their existence to deny them their pole position. Luca and Thomas Vink both going up 13 positions. They've both had good drives to be P5 and P6 at the minute. As we enter the final sector, Fruki looks like he might be crossing the line in P1, but it's not going to stay that way by the time the actual race starts. As the big Jason was going for a move on Fruki to try and just get a place right at the end, as they're going to go side by side across the line. Jason gets Fruki barely, as Kyan does get pole with the penalties. Thomas has gone up to 4th from last, as that's the Alfa Romeo 4-5 for the start of the Chinese Grand Prix. Newman finds himself down in 10th. Not what Saad Al-Fala wanted, starting P1 and now P17. Not the result Aryan Boy wanted either, with with both of his main championship rivals, Luca and Thomas, so far up, whilst finding himself stuck down in P12.
Oh, someone's messaged me in chat. Oh. Kaya, can you ban someone for me? North kind of insulting us all. Look general, please, mate.
Yeah.
Someone can look at that. Get into
I've
the
got it.
card disconnected. That sucks, Jesse. Best of luck, man. You did a really good job, to be fair. Sorry if not reading your messages. I'm like beyond tired. I'm literally like every 5 seconds, my eyes are closing. I'm looking back up. I'm like literally completely out of it. That's a really good spin race. But I'm like devastated. I have to commentate through a whole nother race. Oh, why has everyone done this to me? Fortunately, I'm joined by Focuser and Faded. So I've got 2 very helpful people to help me live.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream as Gab. But I was going to call you Gab. Hello, friend. First kind of win of the league, man. Good race, fam. Good job. I was quite chuffed with that. Really doing Mercedes proud, bruv. Good job.
Also good points for the championship.
Yeah, I presume we're just running the default sprint point system here with P10 for the leader, and divided amongst the top 8.
Yeah. That's what Ari told. Like normal F1.
Yeah, as you can tell, I really pay a lot of attention. Clutch your kick, Cam Muttley. He dared me to write it low. Okay. Well, why do you like a 12-year-old girl? Or bloke? Blokes do it as well. It's just there. Girls did it.
Count Madley is one of the someone we are going to have to look at.
By Dutch, bro. Dutch people cheating, bro.
Yeah.
Do making Max Verstappen proud.
But yeah,
Thomas Vink is Dutch as well.
We're going to have to look at Count Madley on the main race.
Oh yeah.
Fast driver starting last.
Yeah.
On a longer race
It's
than now.
gonna be a Kai at Baku moment.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you for bringing it up. Yo, Floor. I think Floor is the guy to keep an eye out for. I mean, this guy is really fucking quick. He can definitely do well here. Look at his pace compared to everyone else. He's up there with Thomas Vink. So we'll see how he can do in China, because obviously the pace is really different on this track.
Yeah, but he had quite a lot of spins and mistakes.
Yeah. Why my AI crashes the car? Just get a better PC, man.
Yeah.
As someone looked in general, I think Zortix might cry if we don't. I'm looking.
Yeah,
now.
give me a minute.
Get better. This tier is one over freezing. Sediments going to P1. Who's at the house because he's trash. Downfall's racing. We're not down. E4C racing. North. Give him a warning. I cry already. It's good, bro. I'll cry with you. I wonder what happened if I raced. That'd be fun.
I wish you both guys are tired. Will be good for me.
I'm so. Oh my god, you're gonna fucking me up tomorrow's race. Faded, you better be sleepy tomorrow as well, yeah? That's how that deal, yeah? You can't sleep tonight.
Maybe I'll think about it.
Oh, no, you shouldn't even think about it. That's just mean. What about me, your
Yeah,
best
no.
friend?
See, okay. What I'll do is right after
I
this,
heard you. Are
I'm
you
going to
talking shit
sleep.
about me? No, I said you were a really quick driver, and I said you're gonna do last to first. What? What are you on about, fam? I was picking you up, bruv. What the fuck are you on about, G? Man, come. Nah. You guys can back me up, yeah? I was
Yeah.
picking him up, wasn't I? I was like, Count Mutley's a proper fast driver. This is really, really unlucky.
Sure.
I did, and then we always said we were gonna do last to first. I don't need that positive
I
shit.
don't think that much.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. We want to
We'll see what in the race today. We're gonna see you in the
Nah,
race tomorrow.
too broken, too good. Cerotics, you're
Yeah,
too good.
Zortex, you'd beat everybody. It would be so unfair. Oh, I'm so dead inside, guys. What am I doing?
G-
You've ruined it for me. You've jinxed me. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm like curled up in a ball. This is great. Hello, friends. Fade is gonna be your main host today. I'm no longer main commentator. That's Fade's job for today. So you get an American for the day. Yay. He's gonna do lights out, all the main talking. I'm gonna join in and talk about certain things. I'm gonna be the cameraman.
the cameraman.
Focus
Martin Brundle on FP on free practice.
Focus is gonna be your information, man. He's gonna tell you about what's going on and sorts. Yeah. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna chill.
Good.
Floyd's Power join as well. Just do my rival as well. Hey, you should join it. You should really join, man.
Kai is just gonna be Alonso at Brazil.
Exactly, that's me. Just chilling.
His
chilling in the
camera
sun.
work was so bad, it's actually funny.
Really give some newfound respect for the camera guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
We're not
Cerotics,
gonna have that close-up shot at Eau Rouge anymore at Spa
Well, why not?
Why not?
because of they pushed the barrier back for all the safety changes.
Well, then they do a good drone cam and we're good.
Yeah, just use the new drone cam. That should work.
I mean, if they do it better than in Barcelona, then sure.
Yeah.
What strategy? Jesse, go fast. That's the strategy. Nah, but I don't know.
I'll see if I can find an image of the revamped Eau Rouge. Dude, they've put a
Yeah.
sausage curb at the entry of Eau Rouge.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like,
that's
that's
like-
real? Wait, really? Is that
Yeah, there's a sausage curb at Eau
Wouldn't that do
Rouge.
like more damage?
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
but I don't know. It seems quite on the inside.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
really
know
shouldn't you're not really meant to cut that much curb.
And that's
I
why
always
probably
cut
they're
that.
putting it there. But oh well. I mean, the main changes they did because of motorcycle racing.
Yeah, but if
Yeah,
that
they're trying to
sausage-
make it possible for
Yeah.
motorcycles. Yeah.
But if that sausage curve is there, and you're going side by side, and you decide you want to back out and you want to go to the left, you can't go to the left. You got that sausage curve, you'll fucking take off.
Well, I mean, if you're going side by
I mean,
side on
before
the
you
road.
couldn't. I mean, before you wouldn't be able to go to the left either because there's a wall. But
Yeah, and now there's a lot more gravel in Spa. They
Yeah.
put quite a lot of gravel, so that's good. Like turn 1, the outside now it's complete gravel, so drivers cannot skip turn 1 to gain at advantage or dodge crashes or something.
yeah. What was crap? I forgot what car it was. Hold on.
Next question.
Just imagine the Mercedes CLR, the car that flipped at Le Mans.
Yes.
Just imagine that going up Radeon.
Yeah, that's
That would be horrible.
yeah, that wouldn't be great.
Yeah.
I mean, with the cars they're going to run at, she'll be fine, but I don't know.
I haven't even done any practice yet for China.
For change, yeah. I had a time of a TT time faster than Thomas Bink, so
I mean, his is from like January, though, isn't it?
yeah, but still is faster.
Yeah. Take anything you get, really.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, Faden Serotics asking a question. Do you know where Finland is?
Well, I know where Finland is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Finland.
I know where China. I know where China is as well. Yeah.
Wow, what a guy.
He knows his places. Let's go.
Yay.
Fun fact about the Shanghai International Circuit: it was built on a swampland.
Oh, does that mean
yeah.
does that mean it smells funny?
I mean, it was built on a massive farm was. So
Oh.
to
Wow.
put like a racetrack there, that's pretty damn impressive.
I mean,
Oh,
Jedi,
God.
they had to do like the whole seaside thing, didn't they?
I mean, yeah, but that's just man-made. Like, that's just man-made land.
yeah, but still.
Canada's a man-made island.
Yeah, I also know that.
I just feel
Quite interesting.
Well, like Shanghai's different because you can't just like build land because there's already land there. It's not like you're putting it in water.
Oh, the race is gonna start in 20 seconds. Woo!
Yeah, race is going to start.
Also inspired by the Chinese character Shang.
Wow, what a guy.
I don't know.
Next question, Fady. Do you know exactly where Kai lives? Thank you for the...
Let me guess, Manchester or something?
Is
I don't
that
know.
I don't live in Manchester. What was the donation, was there? Thank you for
It
the
was a
follow, Gab. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to have you here. I'm
Well,
glad you're here. It'll be different if you weren't here.
Hi, looking big men.
Big men. I'm
Yeah.
looking in big men. I'm looking in big men. Where's big men? What does that mean?
That's not me.
Are you? Oh my gosh.
Guy is like hi.
Hi,
He says hi.
It's the staff channel. Come on.
Wait, what does that mean? What does that funny line mean?
That's the Chinese character Shang. That's what the
Oh.
track was inspired off of.
Oh, so
They inspired the track off of the first character in the city's name.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
and it ended up being a shit
Yo,
track.
can you deal with
I don't know.
North in general, please? He's being a meanie. He's being a menace to society.
Yeah. So race is going to start. The formation lap. It's about to start.
Yeah, the race
So
is gonna
let's-
start. They're gonna go in circles. Whoa.
So let's see
Oh.
what strategy everyone's going in.
Uh,
That building on the ceiling is so cool. It's fucking huge. I've watched China so many times. How have I not noticed it's so big?
You've never noticed that.
It's huge. Holy, is it
Which
that big?
building?
Is
Sorry.
it that big in real life?
Oh, yeah, it's massive.
That's mad, bro. I might have to go live at the Shanghai International Circuit, bro. I live in that building and I watch the
I don't
Formula
even
1
know
cars,
what's like
bro.
in there, honestly. I have no idea what's in there, and it's not just like on like the one side; it's on both sides of the pit building.
Okay.
That's
Formation
mad.
lap starting right now.
Oh, how do you mute an Instagram chat? Does anyone know how?
What?
If my
I
phone's
don't-
buzzing off. Mute messages. Yes.
Okay, so formation lap
Formation lap.
starting.
Front runners all in the medium compound tires. Does anybody know what the strategy is for this race?
I don't know.
Tire wear is
Yeah.
horrible.
I can
Tire
imagine.
temps are also horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vexel and Bam already disqualified
Yeah.
from the formation lap.
Some
so they're-
people banking on
they're-
the hards, some people banking on the softs, some others on the medium. So all strategies.
Yeah, Arian, Jesse, Luca on the softs. I'm not sure if that's the right way to go. Sodal Fala, Eddie Worth, Counterfeit, and Fruki on the hards, and everyone else on the medium. So a mix of strategies. I'm interested to see how Count Muttley will do, as well as Flaw, because I mean Flaw looked like decently fast, although he's
Yeah.
really far behind. He's really far behind on the formation lap at the minute.
Bro, what happened to Sharky? Is he dead?
I have no clue.
Why is he... Wait, why is there a guy in Sector 1 just kind of sat there? Who's that?
Is he AFK?
There's no one. I
Sector
don't
one.
see.
On my screen, Vixen has been teleporting everywhere. I'm not going to have to watch his race because he's all over the place.
That's desync, I think. Yeah.
Like,
That'd be desync.
so
yeah.
I'm
And-
desynced the race.
Yeah.
And I'm broadcasting it. Is that what you're telling me? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Chat, I'm sorry if I sound dead. Like, I'm shattered. I'm not slept
And-
much.
Don't know why, but Kayan's going quite slowly.
Kyan's going really slowly.
As Fruki's disconnected from the lobby, I
He's
think.
rejoined. He's here. Whoa.
Yeah.
Next question to Kai. Yo, what's going on, fam? What you saying, G? Why didn't you get the next move? Because... I don't know, man.
Yeah. So yeah, people to look out for the start are going to probably be Luka Dude and Jesse.
Yeah.
Quite up there on the softs.
I'm convinced Thomas Vink. He's on the mediums, right?
Yeah, he's on the
mediums.
I think Thomas will.
I think he'll get a really good lap one, and he'll take it super safe. He'll take everything really safe. He'll be really calm and
Yeah.
collected, and he'll wait for people to make mistakes over the start, and he'll take it where he can.
Yeah, Ari
He is
also
pretty,
needs
he is
to
pretty
do.
smart. So let's hope his tire temps die.
Okay.
Why do we want Thomas Vink to get doomed? I'm curious what Arian's
Okay.
gonna do actually. Anyway, it's your job
Okay.
to do lights out. There you go.
Okay, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. We've got the high revs and lights out, and away we go. Average start for sort of everyone. Thomas Vink gets an amazing start. Past Fruki, who's dropped down a couple places already. Past the big Jason as well as Kyan leads, but Thomas already finding himself
Oh,
up into P2. There's a
Luka
bit of
down the
contact
inside there.
in
Wow.
midfield. Luca up into P6. That's his starting position. There's a bit of contact between Counterfeit and Sharky as Kyan leads at the end of Sector 1. Thomas finds himself up into P2 as Jesse down in P4. Fruki not with a good start. P5 is Luca went
In the grass again.
quite far off the track
Yeah.
there. He's been dropped by Sharky now as well. Arian started 12th, already up into 8th, looking to get past Luca here's main championship rivals. Luca's lucky, he's struggling as Fruki just come across Sharky like an absolute madman. Newman and Counterfeit's dropping, down to P13. He's struggling on those
Fruki
hards.
spun there on the exit.
Fruki spun on the exit.
That puts
going
Arian
on
up, that
to-
puts Arian up into B6. What a guy.
Yeah, and the hearts doesn't seem to be working well on the
No.
start. None of the hearts runners getting on well on the first lap.
Kyan keeping
As a lot
P1
of
there.
people go into the hairpin. Ooh, there's some contact. 4 wide on the hairpin.
Yo, this
Flo Fruki Max.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
as Flo almost hits the wall.
Oh my god, I just saw someone fly off. Oh, in the pits. That's where they're going. that's Jason in the pits. That's
Newman,
Counterfeit and
Counterfeit.
Newman, Counterfeit and Vixel also in the pits. Kyan managing to keep Thomas Vink behind. Jesse just kind of chilling. I don't really got to choose the setup, unfortunately. So he does. He does get to choose the setup. He's kind of sitting behind these guys, waiting for his moment to pounce. So these two are guaranteed to battle at some point. Jesse's kind of waiting for the right moment so he can get his Red Bull up past these two.
Yeah, not what the Haas boys needed, as they're now down in 14th and 15th. Cortez up into 11th. He's made 5 positions. A good start from him. Count Muttley already up into 8th after starting last. As there's a yellow flag, one of the McLarens is mute that has spun. And now his rear tires are shot as he's really struggling to keep his car in a straight line. But Thomas and Kyan, 2 in the lead. Kyan 4, 5/10 up. Thomas will be wanting to get ahead and stay ahead as early as possible. As Jesse closing in on Thomas as well. good three-way battle for the lead here we might have today.
Yeah, it definitely is. Thomas is kind really is up on the pace. Thomas Vink struggling to get time in him as Arian gets past the Jason and puts himself up into P4. Obviously very, very quick on them soft compound tires. Presumably this might end up being a four-way battle here as Jesse is right on Thomas Vink's gearbox. Unfortunately, won't be able to make a move into turn 1, but really, really gains. Looking over the inside, side by side now. DRS is now enabled. Thomas Vink does have the inside line for the next corner though, but Jesse is nearly a tyre ahead. Can he get a good exit here in these softer compound tyres there, side by side? Jesse gets a better exit, of course. He'll down the main straight. Kyan loving life right now. All he has to do is just sit there and watch as Jesse has the inside line and is ahead, but Thomas Vink much later on the brakes, and these two stay side by side through the next corner, both having a bit of a snap there, a bit of a wobble, but they both are still side by side. Nothing separates the two as Thomas Vink manages to get ahead here, and Jesse is now behind him, but Jesse is determined to make the move again as we are about to come up to the next straight here. It's quite a complicated section as Jesse has managed to drop behind for some reason. Not sure what happened there. Maybe too much pressure fighting the mighty Thomas Vink as he is very slow in the braking zone there, and Jesse catches up again, ready for the straight and the first DRS zone of the race as Freaky gets a 3-second time penalty. Can Thomas Vink make the move here in Cayenne and manage to keep Jesse behind as Arian spins off into the grass? I'm not sure if that's desync or not, but Arian on my screen has just absolutely bent it. A common area of people spinning there as Kyan gets overtaken by Thomas Vink. Jesse's also having it there, 3 wide here. Jesse getting the switchback down the inside of both of them here. Has the outside line for the next corner as they both slow down as the VSC starts. Thomas Vink P1, Jesse P2, and Kyan really missing out there, getting dropped down to P3. But Jesse still on the softer compound tyres. They won't be dropping off anytime soon, so you can keep the temperature up for the restart.
Full safety car.
Full safety car
comes in. We're going to expect people, quite a few people here, to get all the hard runners are going to get off their hard compound tires presumably, and get on the faster tire.
Asari gets quite lucky with the timing on the safety car after spinning and losing his front wing. So he's going to get closer now, not drop that far behind as he goes onto the hards.
Can't Arian spun. This is really bad. Not last week he lost his championship lead. Now he's like losing the points in this race. Absolute shambles for Arian here. It's not going his way, which is quite surprising. He's normally like mega consistent. I guess it can't go well forever. If it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. So Thomas Vink in the lead, like he always is. Bloody hell. Jesse somehow got past Kyan here. Which is really unusual. Not going to ask any questions. No, he was by a hide anyway. I have short-term memory loss, guys. Jesse on the softer compound tyre. Kyan right behind after losing 2 positions just before the safety car came out. Count Muttley up into P6 though. On the medium compound tyre. Still yet to pit. But still a very good position considering he, after a really unfortunate crash in Jeddah, he started down in P19. So what a good job from my man Count Muttley here, who is right behind the Jason and Luca dude.
Yeah, that's probably Jesse and Luca dude going to pit because of those soft tires. Probably not going to make it too far if they don't pit, so probably they're going to pit.
Yeah, it's unlucky for Kyan. He just needed that virtual safety car and the safety car to come out just a tiny bit earlier, as Jesse does come into the pits to get off of those soft compound tires, as well as Luca dude, as Cortez and Count Muttley get up into 5th and 4th respectively, obviously still yet to pit. Gonna be relying on another safety car probably. Them two probably don't want to switch off of the mediums yet because it's still quite early on. Thomas Vink is being Thomas Vink. He's leading, that's no surprise.
And
yeah,
Jesse
unlucky for Arian with his spin. Counterfeit down to 15th, as well as the counterfeit comes into the pits again. Whether he's got more damage or something, I do not know. But yeah, some good so far from Count Muttley, Cortez, Max Cardle, and Sad Alfala, all gaining quite a few positions. Fruki and Counterfeit.
I think he's serving a penalty as Counterfeit.
Yeah.
getting a fresh set of mediums. Not gonna take you to the end, unfortunately, because that would be a bit of a stretch. You know,
I'm surprised he was able to serve the penalty there because we're under the safety car.
no, you're allowed to serve a
No,
penalty
yeah,
on
if
safety car.
it's a penalty, you can serve it. Drive-throughs, you cannot serve under the safety car.
I've had many times where it wouldn't let me serve time penalties. So.
But you
Uh-huh.
got the penalty coming into the pits, or
No, like I've had both situations, having it coming into the pits and having it like way beforehand.
No idea.
oh, a shark is out of the race.
Oh
Don't know what's happened to him.
This really isn't the Ferrari master plan today. Can someone tell me where Vixel is?
P16 right
Okay,
now.
he's P19 on my screen, and he's like a million miles away from the rest of the pack. So, Vixel, your race isn't gonna get covered today. Yay!
I have no
That's-
idea what happened to Sharky. It looks like he just went straight off. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if he was going maybe too fast to catch the safety car, maybe tap the curb on the inside and spun.
in the Discord server, right? I was looking at people who were like posting like videos of their time trial. Apparently, in controller, like it's like impossible to keep the car on track. So, like, I'm gonna see a lot of people just going straight off.
Skill issues, I guess.
Exactly, just be better. I'm not gonna do that shit tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Interestingly enough, the people who pit it, like Jesse Look at You, for example, put on the mediums that I don't know. I don't think they will last to the end. So they
I
are
don't think they gotta pit
banking on
again.
another
I think
safety car later
I
on.
think every single person here has to pit at least once again. So
I mean, the hearts,
Oh, yeah.
the hearts probably can go the entire
yeah,
way.
why would you want to take your hearts in? Your pace is gonna be dead anyway. So yeah.
But if no safety car comes out, then you'll be quite close if you can keep the pace and have that pit stop ahead of everyone.
Yeah,
If you can
very
manage to. For example, Newman, who pitted already for Hearts earlier on, maybe, and Ari. Maybe those guys can take it with quite good pace to the end. And try to make their way into the top 10.
it is a possibility, but I think it's an online race on F1 2021. It's safe to assume that there's going to be another safety car at some point. Honestly, so mediums, obviously mediums, they have decent pace. Here,
Yeah.
I personally, I would go onto the mediums. The safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. I would go onto the mediums here. There's probably gonna be another safety car later down the line, and with
Yeah.
hards, you run the risk if there's not another safety car, they could be dead by the time the race is on its last few laps, which is what you really don't want. So.
Yeah. As Thomas Vink right now, leading the pack onto the safety car restart.
Yeah, what a guy. You guys can do the restart. I can't be asked.
Thomas Vink going quite slowly on the back straight,
That is the tactic.
keeping everyone behind. Let's hope he doesn't do like Faded does on the safety cars.
I watch it.
I'll have a look in general, guys. Don't worry. Let's have a look at general. What's going on?
Let's hope everyone keeps it clean on the safety car restart.
P19.
No major incidents. Safety car's already in the pits, so Thomas Vink can go wherever he wants. And we're off, it seems. Thomas Vink getting quite a nice jump, 6 tenths ahead of Kyan, as both Kyan and the big Jason go out of track a bit.
Yeah, Kyan maybe struggled with tire temps a little bit as Thomas Vink went surprisingly early, just right after the hairpin, as he's already pulled out 8 tenths ahead of Kyan now. Big Jason third, good from the Mercedes boys, second and fourth. Count Muttley,
Oh,
obviously
bit of a
up
wobble there.
15. Kept Muttley up 15 positions. Cortez up 11 as well. Max 9. So it's good from the boys in fourth, fifth, and sixth. Thomas pulling away from Kyan, already out of the DRS zone. As Thomas is
Newman.
Thomas.
Yeah,
Newman
this
and Ari battling right now.
this is pretty much a guaranteed win for Thomas. So do we think Arian and Numa are going to take these hards to the end? I mean, I definitely would. because I'm a pussy.
Yeah, they're probably
Like,
banking on not another safety
yeah,
car
I
and
mean,
taking
yeah,
them to the end.
I think there'll be another safety car. I think they'll be forced to come into pit again. It's just how
But
their tire
yeah.
strategy work. I mean, I guess they could stay out on these hards and then gain position over the safety car and just defend their hards
Yeah,
out.
if the safety car is quite late, then yeah, they
and
could be able
it all
to do that.
depends on what kind of setup they're running right now and if they can manage their tires properly. Because these two,
Yeah.
I seem they're going to be battling for quite a while until Newman inevitably has another disconnect. So Newman goes defensive here. Arian really wanted to make a move quite early, get past and catch up to the two guys ahead. Is Newman once it's kind of I don't know what Newman's doing. Newman's being Newman. Is Arian still unable to get past, and they're becoming quite a gap ahead. There's all the field kind of separates. Quite a large gap from Cortez and Max, as Max is keeping Jesse behind. Behind them, there's quite a large gap between Jesse and Luca as well. So Arian is literally right up Newman's gearbox, about to climb inside of his car and say hello. Nearly down the inside, but just about falls behind as Newman manages to keep himself up into P13. Just behind Arian now is Floor. The two Haas drivers getting up his gearbox as well. Fortunately unable to stay there. Yeah, Newman backing up into mute as well. So they're all getting very, very close here as the two Haas drivers go side by side. Unsurprisingly, Fruk is easily breezing by as he is on the soft compound tyre, which is a lot faster than the hards. But somehow, Floor is still like ahead. What is going on, fam? I guess they really are driving for Haas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newman had looked like a snap of oversteer, might be struggling with tire temps, as he's now all over the back of Mute, looking down the inside, but decides to not go for the move as Sottle follows the one, sort of leading this train with a small gap to Eddie and Luca ahead. Newman right on the back of Mute, though, as Newman and Mute both dumping their ERS. Newman's now off of ERS, now on it again. As Arian Boy doesn't have enough of a, isn't far enough ahead as Bam went for the move on Sottle Follow with the switchback as they go into the final corner side by side as there's contact. Newman goes wide and Bam is spun from that contact as Mute gets a 3-second time penalty. And it's all just kicking off behind Sottle Follow. Fruki goes deep, flying back down the inside. It's just a mess as Fruki just
it's a
pile
Haas driver
drives into
dead,
him.
fam.
He's out.
Holy shit.
And he's out.
Man's just died. What the fuck?
And the full safety car comes out.
Nah, that ain't it.
That was...
That looked, honestly, that from my view, that looked deliberate.
Yeah, it looked quite weird. It looked like he turned into him. So I don't...
No, I'm not even saying that. Like, Fruki didn't even, like, brake. He just chucked it in.
Yeah, that was... I don't know.
Another
We'll have to
safety...
see.
Yeah, another safety car, though.
This probably means that the top 5 is going to come in on their 8-lap-old mediums.
Yeah, there's a chance. I was going to say that now is probably the time they would want to pit, if anything, although they would be losing time to Jesse if they, of Jesse and Luca, if they do end up pitting, as there's not enough time between these two safety car periods to pull out enough of a gap. So if Thomas does decide to come in now, it's going to be great for Jesse and for Luca, who will jump him as Thomas does make the decision to dive into the pit lane.
So what tire can Thomas go on here? I mean, he can go on the hard, so what's his pace going to be like? He can't. I guess he'd go on the softs and then kind of.
I mean,
the only real option here is the hards.
Yeah.
Count Muttley stays out again.
Yeah, there he goes into the hards.
He's going into the hards.
Interesting strategy for Count Muttley not coming in yet. Same with Max.
I guess
Thomas
he try and stretch these to the end. But is he pitted? No, he hasn't, has he?
No, Count Muttley hasn't. So he's
Maybe he likes
basically
the
banking
feeling
on
of
like
pole position. Let him
on
do it.
another safety car in a couple of laps.
Yeah, that'll hurt his strategy though, because there won't
but
be enough time. So
if like safety car just comes out a little bit later, let's say lap 20 or something like that, maybe then he can go on to the softs, get it to the end, and the pace difference between warm hearts and new softs will be massive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially on a driver that's going faster.
Yeah. Thomas Vink down in 11th from that, though.
Yeah.
Not what he wanted. Looks like Flaws just disconnected or something. As Arian finds himself in 8th, Luca at the minute would be right up there at the champion. I have no idea what the championship standings are. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, it's Thomas Vink 102 and then Ari 100, I think, something like that. Let me check also.
4 points separate. Thomas 102, Luca 100, and Arian Boy 98. So at the minute, Luca would be leading the championship. As Arian's down in 8th, and Thomas Vink at the minute out of the points.
Damn.
Down in 11th.
That's pretty mad.
Yeah.
That's a bit. It really is a bit of a madness, G. Wow.
Yeah. As probably Ari, his tires aren't too warm. Maybe the hard strategy at the start was the correct one. We'll see as the race goes on.
Now, obviously, Arian had a spin as well.
Yeah.
It's a front wing loss, so he's up in 8th with his one stop. I mean, his one stop came at like the perfect time. He's even with just the one stop with the front wing change, he is ahead of Thomas Vink. So, Thomas pitting at the wrong moment, really.
Yeah.
Count Muttley leads. Jesse P2, Max P3, Luca currently leading the championship now as things stand. Up in P4, and the McLaren of Eddyworth up in P5. He's doing decent as well.
Yeah. Wow. What an exciting race, guys. Oh no, I couldn't sound any less excited.
Flo is losing position.
Yo.
Oh, Flo.
Flo's
spun.
been there, fam. What the?
Yeah, Flo's
Did anyone
spun.
explain to him that he's under safety car?
Yeah, I don't.
He's just imitating the
Kyan.
best driver.
Kyan's also spun. Oh no!
Kyan
Oh my
spun.
gosh. They're just imitating the best
devastated.
driver in the league, me.
Yeah. I was going to say they were imitating Valtteri Bottas 2018, I think it was.
Wow. Well, guys.
Grosjean,
yeah.
Grosjean flashbacks.
Yeah. And
I
George
think Ericsson-
Russell also.
I think Ericsson hit us.
Guys, I really
Yeah.
was in here.
Yeah. I mean, what can I say? Kai, try to hang in there.
Hello. I'm so tired, Jam. I'm sorry.
A
Today's not a
safety
good day.
car comes in this lap. Count Madley leading the way right now as things stand.
Go on.
Going to pace the field down the back straight.
Yeah, Count Mali could actually be an absolute menace to society. He has a good control over the race. His man has to pit anyway. So, like...
Yeah, Max also having to pit, Eddie and Sad. The only ones right now, those 4 drivers, to have not to not pit this race. So right now, Count Madley.
I'm just waiting for a collision during this because it always happens.
Yeah. Well, let's hope not.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to happen, but I'm hoping it doesn't. So Count Muttley leads. Jesse finds himself up in P2, which is good for himself, as Count Muttley's still waiting,
late. Yeah.
leaving it late, and now he's gone. He's gone now as he goes through the final corner. Jesse's right on his tail. A bit of a snap of oversteer, it looked like maybe there. As Count Muttley weaving on the straight to try and break that slipstream. Thomas Vink already gone up a position up into P10. That might have been from Kyan Spin, I don't know. I'm out of it. Jesse currently in net P1, obviously Count Muttley still needs to make a stop guaranteed. And Luca P2 technically as well, but Count Muttley showing some good pace, pulling away from Jesse slowly but surely. Thomas Vink has found his way past his teammate Counterfeit, now looking at the back of Arian Boy, who is being stuck in a little bit of a train by Newman, who seems to be going quite slowly, dropping back behind Sad Alfala. But Thomas Vink really, for his championship, he needs to get past these slower cars as fast as possible.
Yeah, they have to get past because everyone's still driving in circles. How exciting! Cap Miley makes a bit of a gap. He's having a jolly old time here, defending from Jesse, who is just behind us. They're on a softer compound. They're on the mediums. Oh no, they're both in the mediums. I'm just colorblind. They're both in the mediums. I'm not sure if Jesse's pitted yet.
As Jesse's touched Macau madly.
Really? I thought he just got incredibly close. I guess Jesse's that desperate to get in the Mercedes seat. I don't blame the guy. Aaron goes up into P6. I think Sad's. Oh, they're all battling here.
As Arian spins and taps Sad.
Oh, he's caught it though. What a guy. Sad also goes off on the grass. Everyone's battling today all over the fucking place. Language. Yeah, everyone's getting all nice and quite racy today. Sad is determined to get past Thomas Vink, who is in P9. Thomas Vink must be absolutely wetting himself. Imagine trying to get past traffic and they all start battling like madmen. Oh my god. Imagine that happened to Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, both of the championship contenders having a bit of contact there. Don't know if some of them have damage or not. We'll have to see to the end of this lap.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Arian all the way down in P12. Not sure what Thomas is going to be. He's going to be really, really careful making overtakes, as he is just behind Jason here. Literally climbing into his gearbox, makes the move, put himself on the outside, gets himself a nice position, and gets up into P8, just behind his teammate, who is on fresher tyres. But Thomas already on the charge, already made like a good 7/10 gap already, just out on one little straight. And here he goes onto the very long straight, looking to catch up to Counterfeit and get past. Let's see if Counterfeit lets his teammate past, since, well, the homies, teammates and that, you know.
Thomas got sort of involved with that kerfuffle, American things, with that whole mess on the front straight. He went off, he lost a couple positions, but he's recovering well up into P8 now. As you said, chasing Counterfeit. His DRS is now enabled as Count Muttley goes through to lap 14. Currently, as things stand, Luka Dude will be taking the lead of the championship. Arian back down in P14 after his second incident of the race. Not really what he needs in his championship fight at the minute. But a little train being formed by Eddie Worth, Newman, Counterfeit, and Thomas Vink right behind. Newman all over the back of Eddie, wanting to get past, as there's yellow flags as Flawed Haas has retired.
Went into the pits first. What a guy.
Yeah,
he gave up. Wasn't his day today. Both Haas drivers DNFing, unfortunately. This is quite unlucky. How's Thomas Vink doing? Thomas Vink is kind of catching up to this train here. Let's see if he can get past all safely and nicely.
Oh, what happened to Jesse? Why is Jesse P4?
Oh, why is Jesse P4? Oh, I guess he's had a bit of a moment there, as he's literally nowhere near the top three. Eddie Worth, Newman, Counterfeit, and Thomas Vink, and their little train are kind of getting really close. So, I mean, if I was Thomas Vink here, I'd be absolutely wetting myself, because he's got like a lot of traffic to get past. And I mean, you got to be careful when overtaking these people, because like they also want to win. So yeah, he's got to be careful here. It's nearly becoming 4 wide. Eddie Worth, unfortunately, getting overtaken by everybody. Thomas Vink making a move down the inside of both drivers. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get past him. Bit ambitious. He had a massive snap there. Bro, I don't know how this guy hasn't had heart failure right on track, bro. Holy crap. If I was him, as I said, I would be dying inside. He does get past Eddie Worth and Counterfeit. Now he has to get past the AlphaTauri driver and manage to keep the people behind him away as well, as they go side by side. Newman gets his elbows out. He ain't having any of it. But Thomas Vink still having a look down the inside. Now he's on the outside. Newman still has the line. Thomas Vink looking to get the switchback. Gets a really good exit. Now they're side by side for the next straight. These two touch. Newman getting his elbows out like a bit of a madman. Can Thomas Vink make it on the inside? He dives down the inside. Can he keep his position here? As Newman gets the switchback and gets himself back up. More contact between the two. Oh my goodness, that touchy. Bloody hell. As Thomas Vink does get himself up into P5. Newman still right in his tail though. Really determined to get himself back up into that position, as he believes it is truly his. as they're both on hard compound tyres. But Thomas Vink, as we all know, is absolutely rapid, and he's pulling quite a large gap on Newman already. But Newman, if it's anybody, Newman is probably one of the drivers who has the best chance to give the fight to Thomas Vink here. So let's see what happens. As Thomas Vink does have quite a way to go before he gets into any traffic. The next driver ahead is Jesse, who's kind of chilling in his own little bubble, having a jolly old time. As Luca Dude and Max have a bit of a battle here. Max looking for the switchback on Luca here. He's a bit of a moment, which gives Luca Dude P2. Cut Muttley's still just chilling ahead in the medium compound tyres. He's got to pit at some point, so I guess he's going to continue driving. And it's going to cross his fingers that a safety car happens at some point. Unfortunately, our previous championship leader, Arian, is like nowhere near anybody. Way behind the rest of the field. The nearest driver is Cortez. As having a great time.
Look at that, Max made contact.
Yeah, that's not good. Good for Count Muttley though.
And to Thomas Vink as well.
Down in P8, right behind Counterfeit. So he's recovered reasonably well. Still in the points. What a jolly old time.
Thomas Vink up into P4. Good for his championship fight. Luca's still leading the championship at the minute, though. Net P1, Count Muttley still needs to make a stop as we're currently lap 16 of 28. Got like 12 and a half laps left to go. Jesse P3 is a little mistake that we completely missed. Costing him a little bit now as he's chasing down Luca Dude, as Thomas already gapping Newman by 1.3 seconds. And Counterfeit's on the back of Newman. He wants to eat up the AlphaTauri as well, right on his gearbox as they head down the 1.2 kilometer back straight, one of the longest straights on the calendar. He's got DRS. He's dumping basically all of his ERS as well. Thought about a move. Newman moves.
Although Max is going down the inside of Jason here. As Mute's retired, is that going to cause a safety car? I mean, this is going to be really good for Count Muttley here. I think he's got enough of a gap to be able to pit under a safety car and keep positions. So, yeah, it's really what Newman
doesn't
wants
seem like it at this point.
But Counterfeit keeping Newman, getting past Newman here, going into turn one, makes him move around the outside like an actual G, and keeps it ahead. Although he is in the softer compound tires, so it's gonna be a lot better grip for him.
Looks like Mute may have crashed out on the front straight. He was sitting in the middle of the track, without a front wing. Looked like he may have had contact with someone else as his teammate Eddyworth comes into the pits. Arian on the soft compound tire now, trying to recover everything he can, gets the fastest lap of the race, taking all the points that he can off of Thomas Vink. Luca goes really wide and really slow, whether that's tire temps or damage, I don't know. He's now got a 3-second gap to Count Muttley, who needs to build as much of a gap as possible with his stop that he is still yet to make.
Jesse's catching up really quickly. Like, his pace is actually really decent today. What a guy. The rest of Luca do now. And about to get past. I think he'll make the move this lap if he can keep it clean. Let's see what he can do here as we're going into the final corner. I had to go across the start and finish straight into the next DRS zone. Going to turn one. A really, really good place to send it from way far back. Jesse now right on Luca Dude's gearbox. Can he make the move? He looks down the inside. He's already nearly a wheel ahead going into turn one. Has the inside line. Luca Dude looks to make the switchback, but really can't have anything against Jesse here. He's looking absolutely rapid today and blocks everything off from Luca Dude, putting himself up into P2 on the medium compound tires with 10 laps to go. Count Muttley just 2.6 seconds up the road, and with Jesse's pace he might be able to catch up, and if Count Muttley makes a mistake it will fall right into his hands. Let's see what Jesse can do.
Yeah, as Mute himself told us in the chat, wheel disconnected, so he's had a wheel issue.
Yeah,
then.
Technical issues. So realistic, guys. How realistic we are, really.
As Jesse's already technical issues already closed in by 1 second on this lap almost, so he's quite fast at this point.
Yeah, Jesse's pace is insane. as he's looking to chase down Count Muttley now. Looks like there might be a bit of a train forming behind Sawdall Fall. He's got a couple drivers behind him. The AlphaTauri of the big Jason.
Kyan
With
as
the,
well, who spun.
yeah.
He's having a good
Yeah.
race. He's actually on the movement side there. Looks to go move around the outside. Already ahead. I think the move is pretty much stuck. Side can't have any kind of look down the inside. So, yeah, Kyan up into P9 after his spin. I think he had a really good chance at the podium. But I really think, yeah, I think that's it for Kyan, really. I don't think he can get much more unless you have another safety car.
Yeah. Kyan's spin sort of messed him up. The Williams of Max Cardinal no longer sandwiched by the two AlphaTauris. As you're talking about, Kyan, the big Jason, made a huge dive into the penultimate corner of the hairpin. Beautiful move. That was Jesse finds himself 1.8 seconds, now 1.7 behind Count Muttley. He is going for this race win, as Thomas seems to not be able to gain any time on Luka Dude at the minute. Just been staying around 4.1 seconds, as the Alfa Romeos currently sit in 4th and 5th.
Like I said at the moment, Thomas Vink is kind of looking after his tyres really. He knows that most of the drivers ahead of him have to pit at some point, and if they don't, their tyres will drop off. So for him, it's just about kind of keeping himself there and making the right opportunity. He's got quite a few laps to go, and I'm convinced in around 5 laps time, we'll really see the effect, and we'll see Thomas Vink back up in the top 3.
Yeah, as Count Muttley yet to pit, will probably be thinking about sticking on some soft tires for now to go to the end. Because if he doesn't go now, he's basically just hoping for a safety car to come anytime soon. As Jesse, 1.5 seconds behind as we go into lap 20.
Yeah, top 3. Muttley, Jesse, and Luca, all with aging medium tires. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. The Ferrari of Vexel has spun. Top 3 really need to be holding out their tires now, hoping for a safety car, if anything. Thomas, with good tire management, should have a chance here, as you know, Jesse's really pushing to get himself ahead of Count Muttley here, as he's 1.2 seconds behind, closing in on that 1 second DRS gap.
You're getting very close now. I feel like Count Muttley's tyres might have started dropping. I believe Jesse has pitted actually, so his tyres will be dropping off massively at the moment. As he's right up there. Count Muttley, yeah, you can see him sliding all over the place. I really think it's not going to be long until he has to come into the pits. If I was him, I'd probably pit now and look to get on a fresher compound. Nah, actually, maybe in 2 or 3 laps. Take these tyres as long as he possibly can, even if the wear's high, and pit and have a really, really quick final couple of laps to gain their positions back.
As Jesse already has the DRS, looking to probably send it in the next couple of laps. Because Jesse right now needs to get... Oh, as Jesse goes into the pits.
Coming into the pits. Let's see where this leaves him. As his pace is obviously fantastic. Can he keep this pace on a different compound tyres? Presumably he's going to go onto the softs.
Yeah,
as you do see him going on the softs. Poor guy. Chilling. Looking like he's going to come out right just behind Kyan. As Max also comes into pit. So
Interesting decision by Jesse. Obviously, he made his stop. Whether he started on the mediums and went on to a second set, I don't remember. But he's come out in P9. Count Muttley is going to need to make a stop. Luca currently net P1, unless something happens late on. Barely any penalties for track limits, except for Sawdall Fall, and I mean that's a given. But
poor guy. Will the softs go that many laps? Okay. Like,
yeah, 7 laps.
Will they not drop off towards the end? So Jesse's going to stay really reserved, right?
There they will be. If you can manage them, they will probably go to the end. thing
Yeah.
is probably overheating is what they should be worrying about on the soft tires.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
As Jesse does get a purple sector, this is looking like he's really got the pace in these softs. He's
Yeah,
catching
as
the
he's
field
probably
very,
going
very
to
quickly.
undercut massively Count Madley, as Count Madley is still not going into the pits.
I can imagine he's sliding all over the place here, but I'm convinced Jesse's about to make the move on Bam. He can send it from way far back and he'll have way more grip with the brakes. Yep. And send it on the inside from miles back. I feel like Bam kind of let him pass there. Didn't put up any resistance at all. That puts Jesse up into P8 and has quite a large 4 seconds to go until he meets Cayenne. But he is much, much quicker, getting purple sector 2 and sector 3. So man's on a bit of a charge, especially in the fastest lap here. There's going to be a championship point for him as well.
And Jesse at the minute needs all the points he can get. Count Muttley, I mean, sticking on the mediums this long, is interesting. I honestly would have expected him to pit by now. If he doesn't pit this lap, then he's a madman. Luca dude, in P2, he's going to be stretching. He's going to be stretching his mediums. 5 laps. His tires are 5 laps newer than Count Muttley's. As Thomas Vink is closing in down to 2.5 seconds. As we have, well, basically 6 laps left to go. As he'll flag in sector 2 for, I think that was Bam, possibly, maybe Cortez. Count Muttley showing decent pace. Really needs to switch tires though to otherwise his strategy is just going to screw up his strategy. He's going to lose even more time as he does finally come into the pits. As Luca dude now will be taking the lead. Thomas Vink now finds himself in P2 and Counterfeit and the other Alfa Romeo finds himself up in P3. That'll be a good haul of points for him. Newman finds himself up into P4. The 2 AlphaTauris in 4th and 5th now. As Cayenne making a good recovery up into P6 as Jesse finds himself in P7 as he just hits the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, he massively undercut it. Count Madley, look at it. 5.5 seconds between them, only 2 laps extra on those softs. So he's managed to do the undercut quite well as he's closing onto the back of Cayenne and the big Jason, trying to get some points. As Thomas Vink now under 2 seconds, closing in slow and steadily on Luca Dude. And probably this is going to go to until the last laps.
And once you get into that 1 second gap, you should really be set. Just purely due to the length of the back straight, you could easily gain 6-7 tenths with DRS alone. As Jesse fighting the big Jason now.
Overtook Cayenne before they long.
Yeah, made a good move on Cayenne as he's now chasing down the big Jason. He's going to go for a lunge into the hairpin. Again, it's a good move.
The big
Jason
goes into the pits.
Luca dude comes into the pits, so he's now conceded the lead as well. Tire wear possibly just becoming too much of an issue. Thomas Vink now on those hards. He's set to win this race as Counterfeit has had an amazing drive to find himself in P2. Whether he's going to be able to take his mediums, currently 18 laps old, to the end is unknown at the minute. But
as I'm just seeing him, he's massively short shifting, managing those rear tires. Assad Alfala gets another time penalty. The only guy with time penalties at this point right now. Counterfeit had one earlier on the day, but he got rid of it under the safety car. And now Jesse closing in on Newman, closing in on the podium positions as he takes quite aggressively that curb. And yeah, Alfa Romeo, if Counterfeit can manage those tires, are looking quite good right now. 1 and 2. Don't know if we have any other 1-2s.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Jesse taking that curb aggressively, going into the third sector, cost him DRS on the back straight as he's chasing down Newman's podium position. And with Counterfeit's pace, he might end up losing P2 as Jesse's pace looks very, very strong as he's now 6 tenths behind. Kaya now gets a penalty as well for multiple warnings on that last corner.
Yeah, I think Jesse might be able to catch up to these guys. I mean, he's way quicker than Thomas in that moment. So I mean, we might see a last lap battle, fam. Let's have a look.
But right now, Thomas Brink being handed quite easily the win. And that's going to matter massively on the championship, as look at you right now, P8.
Yeah, Jesse
quite far away from Count Madley, so he's probably going to stay there.
Jesse, right at Newman's there. I think Jesse might be able to make the move this lap. So let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Jesse's pace is insane right now.
Yeah, I've just checked. He was 1.5 seconds faster than Thomas Brink last lap.
Very impressive. He's right on Newman's gearbox. He's 3 tenths behind going into the back straight, and you can see he's gaining tons of speed even without DRS. But DRS is just going to seal the move before they even hit the hairpin, before they even hit the 150 meter board. As Counterfeit dumping his ERS, you see that red light flashing. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Bam has spun. As we now have 3 laps left to go. Thomas Vink currently leads by 5.4 seconds. Jesse finds himself 6 seconds behind the leader, but right behind Counterfeit is, Jesse's, really punch and get up into P2 in the championship, possibly by the end of the season.
As Bam makes another mistake onto the third sector. Probably the rear tires overheating massively after the spin.
Yeah, Vexel just spun as well. Exit the hairpin is Jesse goes down the inside of Counterfeit into that long sweeping left-hander. A simple move, an easy move in the end. Counterfeit not really putting up any fight. Doesn't really have the tires to put up any fight. As Jesse now...
Not possible for him to get up to P1 though. He's going to have to sell to P2. Unless Thomas Vink makes a mistake.
Or unless Jesse puts the best laps of his life right here.
Arian and Sad pitting, unfortunately. Arian's race, absolute shambles. Making me feel really good about myself.
Yeah, he was outside the top 10. They both the Alpine Spirit for fastest lap.
Only host to always be in the points.
Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 1. Bam, again, spinning.
This isn't getting Thomas Vink's way.
Jesse already catching up quite fast.
Yeah,
quite rapidly.
Actually, you might be wrong. If this guy can put on the pace and Thomas Vink continues getting slower, it's going to be really, really close, fam. Like, really fucking close. Like, a mega close. Oh, this is exciting, guys. Oh.
One thing Jesse does have to worry about, though, is time penalties. He's 1 warning away from getting a penalty. Thomas Vink has no warnings at all. So something Jesse will have to be careful about, and something Thomas doesn't have to worry about at all at the minute, as they're both dumping their ERS, trying to cut that gap down and keep that gap for the 2 drivers respectively, as Newman catching up to Counterfeit taking really wide lines. Newman in the DRS zone, he might be able to get Counterfeit going down the back straight. Cat Muttley and Cayenne having decent races, especially after Cayenne's spin up into P5 and P6. The 2 Aston Martins down in P8 and P9, not good for Luca Dude's championship hopes, as he will be losing a lot of points to Thomas Vink at this moment.
Yeah, not a good day either for the Alpine guys. P13, P14, no points. Ari going to take probably a massive hit on the on the championship as Newman goes past Counterfeit right now. Yeah,
A
he's
good
got the
move.
move done. Yeah,
Yeah,
easy move.
good move. He's gone really wide in the last corner though. Whether it's a
Yeah,
snap of oversteer
Counterfeit
thing, I don't
probably
know.
going to use his battery to try to get ahead of Newman on this last lap, fighting for the podium. As
Yeah, he has
Jesse,
no battery.
yeah, as Jesse at this point seems quite a bit far away to Thomas Pink. At this point on,
Yeah, you could barely. Jesse's on board. You could barely see Thomas Vink in the distance. We'll have to settle for P2. Thomas really just going slow. There's a yellow flag in sector 3.
that was for Sad.
For Saddlefalla. Yeah,
Yeah,
disconnected or something, or I don't know.
retired probably. Oh no, is it Fuel?
Wait, fuel? Who's
There's
running?
He's not
There's no-
retiring.
Who?
Sad. He's not retiring. He's just going slowly.
Wait, look at his dash. Should it say how much fuel he has?
Minus 1.3 laps. Yeah.
He's run
He's
out of
probably-
fuel in lap 28. Was that Aaron
Saddlefalla
who's fastest
has
lap?
ran out of fuel before he's even hit the final lap.
Oh,
What a
what
guy.
happened with Count Madley? Oh, Newman and what was the other guy? Counterfeit. Probably making contact. As
That's
now Count
fucking
Madley
insane.
gets promoted up into P3.
These guys like can gift some 3 points. Yeah, that's pretty mad. It was
Yeah, Luca finding his way up to P5, cutting that championship lead down as Thomas Vink does come home to win the Chinese Grand Prix. Jesse does cross the line in P2. Count Muttley with a brilliant drive to finish P3's Counterfeit cross the line P4, and Luca damage limitation in the championship to finish P5. Cayenne's penalty knocks him down to P9. AlphaTauri's of Newman, Jason 6th and 7th, and it looks like Max Cardle comes across the final corner but spins, but he's got enough of a gap to Eddie Worth where he should be able to come across the line in P10 as he does get how does he get a 30-second time? How does he get a warning for that? That's what I want to know, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eddie Worth comes home in P11. Vexel comes across the final corner in P12. Not the drive that Arian would have wanted in his championship fight. No points, stuck down in P13 as Saddlefalla gets a 10-second time penalty.
Yeah. That guy, I don't know. Don't know if it's like a good trait or a bad one, but
Honestly, I don't know how you run out of fuel before you hit the final lap.
yeah, probably banking on too many safety cars. But as things
Yeah.
stand, Thomas Bink taking quite some big points in the championship after Luka Dud and Arion Boyd not having the best days. Jesse P2 recovering quite well, and Count Madley on the podium from last place to the podium.
Can't
Yeah.
mind
Yeah.
that P3 from last time. It's quite impressive. What a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
up 16 positions.
And Counterfeit making those 23 laps mediums. Hold on. All the way from the first safety car. So yeah. But no, probably not the best race on track, but quite big.
Yo, Nathan's
Things
picking you
happening.
guys up. Good job commentating, guys. I haven't been dead all day, so you guys really came in clutch.
Do we do interviews or what?
Oh, do we do? You can guys do interviews. You can drag everyone in. Braided has the power.
I mean, Focuser,
Yeah.
if you want to do it, I have Other
Focuser
things.
can't drag them.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Well, give him perms to drag him then.
I'll drag them. I'm here, guys. Hello.
yeah. I don't know but I don't know. Basically, the interviews are better for then highlights or something later.
Yeah, maybe. So I would do the highlights. There's no one in the channel. Do you want to drag in Luca?
It's Luca in?
Luca's the only one in the channel. We're gonna drag him in then. Let's go.
Okay.
Come on, Luca. Hello. I can't drag him in. The VC is too high up.
Oh my gosh.
The VC over here. Hello, friends. How are you?
Hello.
You're here for an interview. Focus is going to interview you.
Okay.
Yeah, so look at you.
Yep.
Quite an eventful race. That just talk us through it a bit.
So I wasn't really happy where I started, to be honest. Just because I was in the inside line and there was a couple cars, didn't know where cars were because it's such a twisty track. Trying to keep my wing intact, and the tires were just overheating all the time. Every single corner in the rear, just getting away. I just couldn't get the throttle down at all. Just I could have gone faster if I had just a little bit of a better setup. Just couldn't get the car under control.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
And then on the last couple of laps, don't know, you beat it for the softs, so you thought the mediums weren't going to last?
Tom was just catching me really quick. Every single lap, it was like a tenth more, or maybe even two. I was like, at this point, I might as well just let him go past, get the softs on, and just finish this race intact.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
I
you.
mean, and the last lap, I don't know what happened because we didn't see like how, because Counterfeit and Newman had an incident. I don't know what it was. What was it?
Oh, I didn't see any of it. I just saw Neiman just come back onto the track whilst I was battling Kai, I think. I don't know who it was. It was a Mercedes, so
Yeah, Kyan it was because Count Madley got
Yeah.
P3, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
That
we
was an
can
interesting
interview
race.
Jesse. Wait.
Yeah, Jesse won.
Jesse, join any channel.
Yeah. And then I think P5. How many points does it give you? 10. It was.
10, yes, 10.
Yeah, 10.
What a G.
So, and how many races do we have left?
2, isn't it?
Two. Yeah, 2 races left.
Yeah.
So, don't know if you really want to hear this, but Gaps right now is 15 more points. Yeah, how are you going to approach this last couple of races?
What races have we got? Sorry.
Oh, what races is
Interlagos and
it?
Jazz Marine, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do well with those ones. I just didn't really get enough practice in for China, and Jeddah was a bit all over the place. But I reckon I could pull a lot more points as long as I can beat Aryan Boy. I'll be happy because he's my he's my rival. And
Yeah.
we're not the same level.
You better beat him.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ari didn't get the best of the races, I guess.
Yeah, it came 14th or 11th or 4th.
12th.
Something like that.
Yeah, he had the fastest lap, but yeah, he was out of the point, so no.
So
No
I'll be like 10, 12 points ahead of him.
Yeah, I think.
So he really needs me to DNF at least, probably.
Yeah.
Well,
And then still chances to get the title, the driver's title.
Oh, I think Tom's got it, man. He's no way. He has a bad race, comes back always like more strong ever. Yeah, he can always get his strategy messed up like he had in this race. His strategy was completely shafted for the safety car, but he always comes back stronger and he always just wins it. Just that's just him, isn't it? That's how his style. But I appreciate. I can just say good job to him, I guess. It's a good driver, really. That's all I'm trying to say. He's better than me.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna go interview someone else. Bye bye, friends.
See you later, man.
Yeah, bye, look at it.
Hello, Jesse. We're gonna interview.
Hello.
Focus is gonna interview you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just first, like, just talk us through the race, how you felt it.
Yeah, well, let's start with Jeddah actually, because I was disconnected before the race started, so I couldn't pick a setup, and that was already quite bad for me. But then I managed to get a quite good position in Jeddah for the race in China. But then around lap 5 or lap 6, I did a really small spin, and I just lost 4 or 5 seconds there. If I didn't spin, I would have won that.
Yeah,
That's
we
basically-
saw you had like very good pace on the mediums and on the softs. Very
Yeah,
strong
yeah.
pace.
I don't know if you know this, but like in a sudden I went from P2 to P4 and was like 4 seconds behind Luca dude and Max.
Yeah, we didn't see
Yeah.
it like directly, but we realized later, like, yeah, he like that you were like close behind Count Madley and then quite a far back.
Yeah, that spin basically lost. But P2 is pretty good for the positions it was started in. Especially Count Motley did an amazing race from P19 to P3.
Yeah. You still getting points on everyone ahead of you? I'm seeing here on the standings.
Yeah, this is my third race in Group A.
Yeah, and you with this, I think 18 points. Did you take any points on like the sprint? Were you because you
I
were
finished P7.
yeah P7? I think gives you 2 points, so you got 20 points over this
So
Grand
I
Prix.
think I will go one place up.
Yeah, yeah, but closer to Count Madley and Oldenemi and Max
Yeah.
ahead of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
a little bit closer to taking that P4 maybe on the championship, as P3 is quite far away at this point.
yeah, probably
But
that's too
yeah,
far away, yeah.
any talk like later on the strategy, the mediums to softs and the end quite seemed to
Well,
quite worked for you.
yeah, actually I wanted to do soft, medium, soft from the start, but then there was the early safety car, and I thought maybe I will do a medium, medium at the end. But the medium tires held up quite well. They held up better than I expected. So I did a few more laps than I thought I would do, and went to the softs, and that worked well for me. That's
Yeah.
basically how I decided my strategy during the race.
Yeah, and it worked quite well for you because Count Madley didn't come in for a couple of laps and you got like a massive undercut on him.
Yeah, I knew there was a huge opportunity for undercuts here because tires drop off massively faster. Especially
Yeah.
the soft, they just don't have pace anymore after 3 laps, basically.
Well, I mean, you were catching quite fast to Thomas Mink even on those last laps.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the first 3 laps, the laps after the first 3 laps are just like 2 seconds slower than the first 3 laps. It's the tire drops off very quickly, but then again, it will still be quicker than worn hards or worn mediums.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we have to say from the interview. Nice
Yeah.
race, P2,
Yeah, thank you.
20 points over the whole Grand Prix, and then, yeah, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye bye.
But
Bye bye.
Bye bye, streamers. I'm gonna go now. I hope you enjoyed the race.